one study and goes, yeah, that's it, brother, then you should be extra careful about ivermectin. All right, let's get started. Taliban is blocking a plane from leaving Afghanistan. I wonder if they will admit that it is in coordination with Qatar, but maybe they won't. We'll see.
The Taliban claiming overnight that they have taken total control of Afghanistan. James Longman is tracking that and the 100 Americans there who are still...
My man is wearing fucking Stone Island, dude. This guy is ripping Stone Island. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, well, this is great. This tweet is great about ivermectin. We'll get to that in a second.
Still trying to get out. James, good morning.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. For many years, one province in Afghanistan was always able to resist the Taliban. But now it seems, without Western help, it has finally fallen, and the Taliban's grip of Afghanistan is finally complete.
This morning, the Taliban is claiming total control of Afghanistan. They say they've taken the last rebel stronghold, the Panjshir Valley to the north of Kabul, and they've been posting celebrations on social media, which they say shows them in control. If true, it would be the first time in decades Panjshir has been captured. It was the center of anti-Soviet resistance and was a holdout against the Taliban in the 1990s. The fighting group there, which calls itself the National Resistance Front, denies the claim. But even if small pockets of resistance remain, the Taliban's grip on Afghanistan is all but complete. Meanwhile, at a North Afghanistan airport, the rush to leave continues, even after US forces have departed.
Well, it's grim, quite candidly. They were in good spirits when they went up there a couple of days ago. But now, like I said, they have had to switch locations because they were in danger.
Paul Stern, who works for a US-based charity which focuses on the empowerment of young women, is actively trying to get Afghan girls out of the country. These satellite photos reportedly showing chartered planes at Mazar al-Sharif airport waiting to take off, but being blocked by the Taliban. A top Republican telling Fox the Taliban is holding Americans.
6 airplanes with American citizens on them as I speak, and the Taliban is holding them hostage for demands right now.
They had been a political football where they weren't allowed to go at first. And now they're basically being held at ransom by the Taliban.
And the State Department is not confirming there are Americans on those planes, saying yesterday, we will hold the Taliban to its pledge to let people freely depart Afghanistan. The White House now says there are about 100 Americans still in the country awaiting evacuation.
The Taliban says now that it's fully in control, it can go about setting up a government. But with ongoing reports of brutality, executions, house arrests, can it really be trusted? Eva?
So many people watching to see how it plays out. James Longman for us there. Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA.
So what I don't understand about this coverage is, am I wrong? Did I misread what was actually going on? Because I thought the reason why they were holding the planes down is not because they have like demands or some shit. What kind of fucking demands would they even have? They're holding the fucking planes because they want to, because of Qatar. They're supposed to be flying out to Qatar. And they're waiting on confirmation from Qatar to allow the planes to take off. Why are they... Dude, the media is so fucking horny, dude. Like... What is going on? Like, why are they covering it as though they're like... 4 planes chartered to evacuate several hundred people seeking to escape Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan have been unable to leave the country for days, officials said Sunday, with conflicting accounts emerging about why the flights weren't able to take off as pressure ramps up on the United States to help those left behind to flee. An Afghan official at the airport in the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif said that the would-be passengers were Afghans, many of whom did not have passports who did not have passports or visas and thus were unable to leave the country. He said they had left the airport while the situation was sorted out. The top Republican on the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee, however, said that the group included Americans, that they were sitting on planes. The Taliban were not letting them take off, effectively holding them hostage. So why is the fucking media directly quoting what a top Republican U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee official said, instead of, like, I don't know, questioning it a little bit further? The Taliban will not let them leave the airport, he said, adding that he's worried they're going to demand more and more, whether it be cash or legitimacy as the government of Afghanistan. Dude, why? They already have legitimacy as the government of Afghanistan. This is such a fucking delusional take. Just because Joe Biden says, oh, we're not going to treat them as equals, Jack, doesn't mean that they already haven't. You gave them Afghanistan. That's it. The Afghan official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the subject said it was 4 planes and the intended passengers were staying at the hotels while authorities worked out whether they might be able to leave the country. The sticking point, he indicated, is that many did not have the right travel papers. The small airport in Mazar-e-Sharif only recently began to handle international flights and so far only to Turkey. The planes in question were bound for Doha, Qatar, the Afghan official said. It was not clear who chartered them or why they were waiting in the northern city. A massive airlift happened at Kabul's international airport, which initially closed after the U.S. withdrawal, but where domestic flights have now resumed. Okay, they have to mention like that. Several countries have also been bringing in humanitarian. Qatar. What I do not understand is why they're fucking making this claim that they're holding the Taliban are holding them hostage, when what I had read originally was that, wait, let me just find that the Qatari officials were the ones who were saying that they can't travel yet without proper precautions. Hold on. Qatar has also provided diplomatic clearance for the flights to land, but the Taliban must first allow the planes to depart. It is the Taliban decision to ground flights in Mazar-e-Sharif, the State Department said in an email. Negotiations that allow the planes to depart involving officials of the Taliban, the U.S., and Qatar have dragged on for days, leaving evacuees in an increasingly precarious limbo. The reason the Taliban wants to prevent these people from leaving is likely because they intend to punish them for their cooperation with the U.S., said Mick Mulroy, a former senior Pentagon official who's been working with the group Task Force Dunkirk to help evacuate Afghans from the country. I just don't understand. They would never fucking touch American citizens, especially right now. They don't, it's not in their interest to like literally allow American citizens to die or even fucking harm American citizens, especially considering that would unironically sully the deal that they have put together thus far. A deal that allows them to have full control over Afghanistan, which is exactly what their ultimate goal was. Okay? That makes no sense. Speaking of deals, there's a deal that I took with Amazon, of course. A deal where I have to run a top of the hour, every hour, 60-second ad break. Now, of course, this is the first ad break of the day. However, fear not. If you'd like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5, or you can do it for free with the Twitch Prime, that is. Well, it's not even $5. It's like $4, I think. I don't fucking know. It's September, so it's the cheaper. I think it's $4. Whatever. Or you can use an ad block or a VPN. But Twitch Prime is free if you have an Amazon Prime account that you can connect to your Twitch account to get one free Prime subscription. Here's the ad break now. Mr. McCall said the Taliban wanted something in exchange for approving takeoff of planes. He said he believed they were seeking full recognition from the United States of America. Just got corona. Wish me luck. Hopefully, I wish you an expedient recovery, my friend. Literally ex-CIA. Ex-CIA. Threat. Urgent Afghan help request from former U.S. allied intel military post. Please amplify. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do want to negotiate to like get full-blown recognition. I'm not asking this in a cheesy conspiracy way, but do you think the U.S. had any direct involvement in the planning of 9/11? Like, is there actually any legitimate, non-insane evidence that the U.S. could have been part of it in some fashion? I hate that I have some doubts about the official report because it makes me feel like a conspiratorial idiot. I mean, beyond the fact that our greatest ally in the region outside of Israel and its royal family that runs that country directly funded the 9/11 operations, and that the person responsible for the person responsible was like lauded and praised as a fucking major developer that was an anti-Soviet hero that whose fighters we trained, whose extremist values we also funded. I mean, there's like the involvement with 9/11 with respect to the United States government is so fucking deep that like I don't know what to tell you. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like it mobilized the entire West to go to war and got the public on side, yes.